Alright, I'm just going to do a video on kind of soloing, kind of like scales and all that good stuff here. So I'll paste this on the screen. I printed out this piece of paper that it's just kind of like a trick that got posted on the Reddit of guitars. Um, it's kind of like something that you probably already do, but this is you subconsciously doing it now. So it talks about in the key of E, how you can still play the major pentatonic scale of E, A, and B, all the while you're still entirely within the diatonic scale of E. So what that is, usually when I see a jam track or whatever in the key of E, I put my pinky on a root string of E, so at the 12th fret, right? And I make the minor pentatonic scale that we all know and love from there. So that would be your 4, that would be your 1, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 4, right? So in reality, if you take a look at the picture again, that's actually the major pentatonic of E, right? But the minor pentatonic of B, which, as we just said, is within the key of E, right? I mean, this person says you could still play the major pentatonic scale of A. So what that means is getting the pinky on A, making the shape that way, your root note on the pinky. And doing the same 1-4, 1-3, 1-3, 1-3, 1-4, 1-4 formation. And it makes sense. Right? Isn't that cool? Weird? And you know, the same thing with your pinky on B. Right? I have the spark. I have the spark plugged in with a Stonebreaker. I don't know. I was just fooling around just a little bit and decided to pick that. We have a jam track in the key of E. There's tons of jam tracks out there. I think I'll be doing another live stream jamming to my favorite jam tracks. And here is in the key of E. The chords that's playing, you don't really have to like care to know about the chords, but I'll get the link of the video and post it down as we kind of lower it just a little bit. But it's in the key of E, and we can do all the scales that we just did, and you know, they all connect in some which way or form. You don't have to be robotic about it and do what I did. You can add, you know, the blues note, the leading tone. I mean, that's your key of E. That's a barred E, right? Because that's always going to work. Your A's and your B's are always going to work. And you know, like we said, there's just so much you can do, obviously, as you all know. I mean, I was just going kind of slow and just kind of getting a feel for it and just hopefully kind of showing you how it's all going to connect, right? I mean, I was just playing the scales, right? I mean, y'all heard that a little bit ago. I don't even need to know what notes those are. I could just use my ear. And you can use the pattern, right? The half steps and the whole steps, right? Each fret is a half step. We all know that. This is open E. We're in the key of E. I mean, that's always going to be there. I mean, there's like certain hot spots that you should like always like know. Like E, you're going to know it. It's the key of E. And A is always in the key of E. B is always in the key of E. The leading tone up to it, the E flat or the F sharp, if you will, is always going to be in the key of E. So, I mean, those are some things you should know. And if you hit the wrong note, I mean, I guess technically it's a wrong note, but if you lead up to it or behind it, it's gonna work. I mean, just Make your mistakes look like you did them on purpose, really. I also know that there's notes that don't make sense in the key of E, and one of those is G. But I know that G sharp actually works very well in the key of E because it's in an E chord, right? Right here. I do this lick a lot. The triad. Something like that. I don't know. I'm just rambling. Like I said, hopefully we'll have a jam session this upcoming Saturday in a few days. But I thought this was a useful, tricky video that we can show off.